I cannot tell you how happy I am to be here to talk about healthcare for everyone and how we can get there with Joe Biden. Look, I'm obviously not a healthcare expert, but I am a healthcare patient. So a couple of years ago, I got nominated for an Emmy Award for the show Veep. And I win the damn thing, which was just amazing. And it set a record for an actress winning something or other for the amount of, I don't know. It was really good. It was very prestigious, just as prestigious as it sounds. And I get the statue and I'm all dressed up and we go out with our pals and all these parties. It's very glamorous, very fortunate, just wonderful. And then the very next morning, my doctor calls me and he says, I have breast cancer. And it says I should unmute myself. I wonder if I should. Is that good?
Nope. We can hear you, Julia.
You can? Okay, good. This computer stuff is driving me nuts. Anyway, so my doctor calls me and he says, I have breast cancer. And I'm like, what? It was also impossible that I actually laughed. And then it started to sink in. Okay, I've got breast cancer. And the first thing I thought was, okay, I'm gonna work right through this because we're about to start shooting Veep again. And then my doctor said to me, Julia, I don't think you quite understand what you're about to go through. Now, I have to be honest with you. I really actually don't think I ever would have said anything about this disease publicly. I really don't. But now I was going to have to tell the whole cast and staff and crew of our show that we'd be delaying production for a really long time because of my disease. And that's maybe like 200, 250 people. And I realized, oh man, this is going to get out. So I'm just going to have to post something on my social media that's the truth from me so people don't misunderstand or anything. So I started to think about what I was going to say, and I got thinking about how many other people are in this exact position because this is way too common a disease. And I realized, yeah, I have cancer, but that I was actually lucky. Think of all the women who get this and other serious illnesses and don't have what I have, which is access to great health insurance. What happens to them? Seriously, what happens to the millions of women, especially Black women and other women of color, who don't get health insurance through their jobs or unions, or they can't afford it on their own? I mean, getting cancer is bad enough. It's god awful. Getting cancer with no access to health insurance, I mean, seriously? In the richest nation the world has ever known, that's just so absolutely obviously wrong. It's immoral. So I decided, okay, I better tell that story. Let me tell you about the response. It was totally overwhelming. First of all, you want to know who one of the first people to reach out to me was? Joe Biden. Yeah, he called me right up, and his genuine kindness and concern, well, to tell you the truth, it really made me and my husband cry. Joe Biden actually understands that care is part of healthcare. And then tens of thousands of strangers reached out to me to let me know how pissed off they were too, that so many women are without health insurance. People were so kind and so generous. I mean, the number of people who got involved in ending cancer was incredible. College basketball teams did fundraisers for breast cancer, for God's sakes. It was amazing. It wasn't easy to share my story because it was private and it was personal, but I'm actually glad I did. And that's the thing, you should share yours too. People need to know the truth. They need to know about the inequity of healthcare in this country, especially at this moment when all of us are thinking and talking about racial justice, because like so much in our society, the healthcare system is rigged against the poor and people of color. As you know, in 2018, the Democrats took back the People's House, mostly because voters wanted to expand and improve healthcare. Hooray. I mean, it was fabulous. And what about the other guys? The Republicans have the Senate, And for the time being, they have their impeached, dishonored minority president who lost the popular vote by 3 million. Just saying. They've had 3.5 years. You know what they've done to improve healthcare? I don't know if I'm allowed to use foul language on Zoom. I think I can. I might not be able to, but screw it. They have done jack shit. They have cynically chipped away at the Affordable Care Act, just like Rosemary's talking about. They've come up with no ideas at all. And as usual, they've turned their backs on women, on the poor, on the Black and brown citizens of this country. What's the word that Trump likes so much? Oh, yeah, it's a fucking disgrace. It truly is. So, what can women do about that? We can elect Joe Biden. That's what. And we have the power to do it. We can share our stories. We can tell our mothers and sisters and daughters, our neighbors, our friends, the truth. There is a path to universal health care, and Joe Biden will put us on that path.